What it is, baby. State champ DJ Frosty, my guy.
What up? It's your boy Malik at Meet Malik Black. You know what it is.
Yeah, man. You know what it is. Another episode of Blazers and Boxes where, where professionalism meet, the comfort of being in the comfort of your own home. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I mean, ain't nothing like, I love to get dressed. So, but ain't nothing being like being at home, bro.
Yeah. So, this part of this podcast is definitely going to be about the fashion. And my guy, Malik, is a fashion. Is it a fashionista?
Don't do that.
I want to make sure I coin you the right way. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely. You
can just say into fashion, bro. That's it. That's
my guy. Malik is into fashion. I don't want to call him a fashionista.
I appreciate that. Good looking out.
So you be wearing Fashion Nova, stuff, anything like that. You go wear Fashion Nova? Okay.
No. Nothing against Fashion Nova. For real. Yeah. Fashion Nova was one of the highest grossing, quickest moving fashion brands and 20.
I like how they went about their business.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely, I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, no shade. I don't wear it, but no shade. I respect the game.
Yeah. I know I think they have stuff for guys, but I definitely know they do a lot for women for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So what we wearing today? What we got on, man? I see you got a couple bracelets on.
Man. Yeah. So, I don't know if a lot of people know this or whatnot, but today was the second year of Kobe's passing.
Yep.
He was a huge advocate of the women's basketball.
Yep. RPGG, man.
Yeah, no doubt, for real. And she had game. Like,
oh yeah,
I think people, really affiliate her with her father, but like they don't understand. Like Gigi had game, and the reason why Kobe took to the affinity of women's basketball the way that he did is because he saw how his daughter took to the game of basketball, and how that's just real fatherhood, right? Like he just took to supporting his daughter. And so he was a super big advocate for the WNBA.
Yeah.
And the WNBA relaunched a new logo. I think it was 2019. And I like it. It's super sleek. The WNBA never really came out and said the logo. You know how the NBA logo is Jerry West. Jerry West is the logo. He's
right.
The logo.
Kobe needs to be the logo.
I agree 100%. Kobe listen, we need to, where's the petition? Whatever we need to do to sign it, push it.
Kobe or MJ, man. That's what I want, man.
I agree without question. So the WNBA logo, they say that it doesn't resemble anyone, but a lot of fans of the game say that it resembles Diana Taurasi. So, and she a baller, she the go for WNBA for real. So I just, I thought it prudent and correct to wear this on this day. I've had it. I love it. I believe in classic pieces in your wardrobe, things that never go out of style. And because leisure wear is so in, I think that we can find ways to uniquely wear it in spaces and places that you just maybe wouldn't have found it before 2020. So rocking the day, representing my guy, Mamba mentality.
Got you.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I noticed that I was reading an article last night about the old music is dominating the new music, right?
That's how so.
You didn't send me that article? Or you just want me to explain? You want me to explain?
Oh, the Atlantic article.
Yeah.
That was wild.
It's crazy because 3 years ago, the new music was made up about 10% of the market, the listenership. It's down to 5%. So the new music listenership is shrinking, and it's shrunk in half in 3 years. And I definitely believe that's a testament of the lack of quality.
Okay.
In the new music that's coming out.
Okay.
That's my perception, because a lot of this is being driven by the younger generation. They're listening more to the old music. It ain't 100%. Just, us old guys.
Yeah, it ain't just me and you buying. Nah, that's been on our playlist. We've been streaming that. Like,
right.
That's a real thing. It's the younger generation, and so I read the article, and it was a great piece. If you're listening, go to the Atlantic. It's a wonderful article about how old school music is dominating the downloads and streaming.
Yes,
and it's I think it's because, and Frost, we're going to be the old guys in the room right quick, but we got to be the old guys.
We the old guys. It's okay. It's all right. We the old guys.
So listen.
It's all right.
There was just better musicianship.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Music that was created back then, right?
Yeah.
And let's be honest. Let's be flat out transparent. We're not talking about 90s R&B here. Right? Like, we're talking about 70s and 80s music that was like, this is Sting. This is, Motown. This is
Earth, Wind and Fire.
Wind and Fire, right?
Like
this is,
that
classic.
went viral.
As a DJ, you yourself introduce these old school artists to younger artists in spaces that you don't even know it, right? Like, you playing a wedding or something like that.
Right.
Earth, Wind and Fire joint, and the kids are like, oh man, what's this? Now we got Shazam. I'm going to tell you, I'm a heavy Shazam user. Shazam, where you at? I appreciate that. The app is amazing, because I love hearing something and being able to be like, oh, I need that. I need to add that to my music library.
Right.
I think a lot of kids are hearing classic music, classic rock, classic R&B, classic, early days rap, because backpacking came from early days rap, where they're just hearing authentic musicianship. And it ain't a bunch of 808s and heavy beats. It's like artisanship around the beats that are created.
Yeah, I mean, they're being reintroduced. I won't say reintroduced. They're being introduced to records in so many different ways, particularly through TikTok.
Yeah, that's real.
And
that's
so, real. like the Earth, Wind and Fire, like, that joint went crazy for months.
Yeah.
And then you have, like, movies, like the I can't think of the name of the movie, but the Justin Timberlake song where he recreated was it September? Or they redid September on the Trolls soundtrack.
Yeah, on Trolls. Yeah. That's what's up.
So
wow.
All these different ways they're getting introduced, and they like it. They like it, the old music. So it's pretty dope. Speaking of, okay, go ahead.
But also, and you probably have an affinity for this as well as a DJ, because I used to carry your crates. No shame. I used to literally carry DJ Frosty.
He carried my crates as my LB. He was looking out. He wasn't just.
No, this is before we were LBs. I was
that's true. That's true.
Crates. This is a real thing. I used to go with DJ Frosty to the club, help him set up, carry those big ass speakers wherever we were going, and carry his crates. That's how far we go back. But this is how real this conversation is. So the vinyl has made a resurgence.
Yep. Yeah.
And because of that resurgence, I think equally old school music probably sounds even better than new school music on vinyl.
Oh, yeah. But that's 1,000%.
Right. And so you got people buying old school records and they're playing it and they're like, oh man, that's amazing. And I also believe that they're then hearing new songs or, modern songs differently because they're hearing the beats of artists from before and producers, how they sampled them. And it's just amazing how DJs can create that synergy by playing, Who Kid does it now. I think he's probably one of the most prominent ones that does it now, but like Questlove does it as well. Biz used to do it, God rest his soul. Biz used to do it as well a lot too. In the sense,
Static. You ever hear Static Selector?
Oh, it's 100%. It's like
Static Selector be doing it. Like, killing.
Pull that pull that thread of history to modern day to show you where it came from. So yeah. Man, it's wild.
Yeah. Speaking of that, man, Interscope 30th anniversary, they releasing vinyl.
Dude, speaking of that, right? Like, yeah, they're bringing artistry. They're bringing art, the real art, artistry, the real art.
That's how it used to be too.
Yeah,
like the CD artwork used to be real art. Like, go back and look at the Outkast albums. Things like that.
The Outkast albums were sick. Dude, man, it's only Interscope doing this right now. But can you imagine an artist coming in and like recreating the AT-Aliens?
Or reimagine and make it a little bit different. Yeah, that'd be dope.
It's gonna be dope, man. I'm really interested to see how they're gonna pull this off. They've commissioned a lot of really super dope artists to come in and individualize, recreate, the old album covers. Like, can you imagine the Dr. Dre, Chronic album?
Yeah, but that's what I was thinking. But I mean, don't get too excited. It's gonna cost you a bag. It'll cost you a bag to get it.
It's gonna cost you a bag, but it's gonna come in a bag too, though. It's gonna come in a Gucci bag. I mean, this thing is
nice.
So like, it'll cost you a bag, but then it gets delivered in a Gucci something, like a Gucci and Casey.
Okay, so that definitely makes it worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course. If you spend the bag, you get an original piece, and they deliver it in Gucci. Let me tell you something. I'm here for it.
Would you keep the bag, or would you make it? Would you gift it? Would you gift it to somebody?
Nah, I'm keeping that.
You keeping it back? Okay, all right.
Yeah. And I'm gonna figure out a way to use it on a regular.
Okay, all right. Yo, speaking of Gucci. He got a new song called "Rumors" with Lil Durk.
What?
And he disses Jeezy again, which makes they had the verses.
When did this drop? What?
It dropped this week. Like, what's the day? Tuesday? Must have dropped yesterday or something.
Today? Yeah. What? Okay. Rumors feature Lil Durk.
Yes, you gotta hear it.
What was he talking about?
Well, he was talking about shooting Jeezy homie when that home invasion.
Oh man, he brought it back.
Let me
see if I can find it. Share my screen. Let's get to the. All right. There we go. All right, yeah. I think I'm here for it. All right, let's see what he say.
Let's see it.
Frost.
Listen, do you know that these guys are on tour together? They got a tour. They have a tour called Legends of the Streets Tour. It's Jeezy, Gucci, Rick Ross.
So I heard this.
DJ Drama.
I didn't even think about that.
Fabulous. I think Trina on some dates. But I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna do this tour. Like, how do you do this tour now?
I don't do the tour.
If you who?
If I'm Jeezy.
If you Jeezy?
If I'm Jeezy. Yeah, if I'm Jeezy, I'll do the tour. Man, listen, I got an affinity for Jeezy. Jeezy, a real street nigga. I appreciate him. So is Gucci. But like, I know some of Jeezy's pedigree. Also, Jeezy and I rock together. Jeezy said, I'm on my old school Pac shit.
Yeah.
My main bitch, she eat with chopsticks. I understand him. I get it. So, you know what I mean? But like, I wouldn't do the tour. Couldn't do
it. I don't know how you, because if you do the tour and nothing pops off, you're gonna look kind of crazy in the hood. You're gonna look
you already look crazy because nothing popped off
at the verses. Yeah.
Yeah, and I respect Jeezy because Jeezy's in a different place.
Right.
Wrong. First of all, I gotta say two things about the clip I just shared. One, the beginning of the clip spoke to something that Jay-Z, I don't know if it's Jay-Z and Dr. Dre or Jay-Z and Meek Mill or somebody.
It's definitely Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I can't remember who else.
They're trying to fight the feds from using rappers' lyrics in court against them. So I appreciate that plug. But if I'm gonna be honest, that fit Gucci had on was hot. I ain't gonna bullshit you. It was hard. Anyway, but I think he's wrong for this. I can't even hold you. Jeezy somewhere having a baby, trying to live his life, trying to move past all that.
Yeah, he just got married. You know what I'm saying?
He got married. He's trying to be an adult, man. And like,
yeah, trying to be an adult. Yeah.
You know, Gucci keep bringing him back to this. And like, I'm like, you know, Gucci, this is old. Like, I get it. Everybody, it's legendary as long as it stays legend. If you keep bringing it back up, I think it takes away from the whole situation.
Yeah. Two things. One, obviously Gucci wants something to pop off because he's been taunting Jeezy for years. It wasn't just at the verses; it was that verses that he performed that diss track where he talked about his dead friend Pookie. Now on the other side of it, if somebody sends somebody to come kill you,
you do everything you can.
How forgivable is that?
Ask 50 Cent.
Oh, first of all, 50 Cent don't forgive nobody. He don't forgive nobody.
Listen. Ask 50 Cent and why Murder Inc. doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
If we're going to talk about it, right? Like, you know, the question is, you know, how far would you go? Is that a unforgivable situation? And first of all, yeah, it's unforgivable. Two, because 50, from what I understand, right? I'm not in the industry like that, but from what I understand, 50 felt like Murder Inc. was behind it.
Well, you know, they had a really close relationship with a guy named Supreme.
Yeah.
And Supreme is pretty much the person responsible for shooting 50 Cent.
Right.
So it's deep.
It's deep.
It's deeper than rap.
It's way deeper than rap. And so when you go, Murder Inc. hadn't had a number one. They was on a run until 50 hit the scene, and 50 did everything he could do to bury Murder Inc.
Yeah, and you can't if you're a real person that you'll understand. Like, yeah, this guy got shot 9 times for real.
9 times.
9 times.
One in the face.
Yeah.
And so you survived that. You know who did it. Yeah. There's nothing you won't do to make sure those people sort of homicide yourself, making sure those people don't.
Not only that, they were doing everything to block 50 from getting in the music industry. They was getting him taken off records. I remember that. I remember them getting 50 them taking 50 off. It might have been a J-Lo record. It was definitely Columbia. One of those records, but they was doing everything to keep 50 from coming in the music industry.
And listen, and he still did his thing. He had his run. He just dropped not an album, but a single recently, I think.
Yeah, he got, yeah.
Powder, Power, Respect, something like that. Powder, Respect.
Yeah.
It's actually not a bad track. It's a 50 track. I heard it and I was like, oh, that's 50 Cent.
Yeah. Plus, you know, he be doing tracks for his TV shows now. So
yeah. Which listen, as a businessman, you pull it all together. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. Have you been watching Power? Have you seen the last episode of Power?
I have not. I haven't watched Power since the original Power.
Oh my! Listen. Yeah. I'm not advocating for all episodes, but that last episode.
Which Power is this?
The last two. This the one with Rainey. What's his name? Rainey Jr.
Oh yeah, you talking about Tariq? Like
Tariq. Yeah, he's the lead.
So I haven't watched any of that.
Okay, so the end.
I gotta catch up.
The end of that first season. Yeah, that episode was crazy, and this is the last. This is the new season. Okay, and the first episode of this new season is also crazy.
Right. So
it's crazy.
They've already got 2 seasons in the can, or
they've only put out one new episode of this season, of season 2. Okay. It just dropped.
But then there's another season coming. There's another.
Oh yeah. The one with Tommy. That's coming out February.
He's in Chicago.
Yeah, that's coming out February, like February 6th or something like that.
Listen, you gotta give 50 his credit for his pivot.
Man, listen, man, he's about to go some more because they about to do hip hop homicides. Him and Mona Scott Young, they about to
really
drop that. Yeah, well, they working on it. Yeah,
I mean,
you know everybody gonna watch that. You can't if you are somewhat in this music, there's no way you cannot watch.
You can't.
Hip hop homicides.
Okay, so let's go through who they could cover. Right, let's take out the top two first off because ad nauseum they've been overplayed. That's Biggie.
Yeah, Biggie and Pac. Yeah.
All right, you got Big L.
Yeah.
You got
like people like you got the new guys. It's a lot. You got a lot of new guys. You got Jam Master Jay.
Right.
It's a lot of new guys getting killed out here, like from Pop
Smoke.
Smoke.
Juice WRLD, Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
Von.
Yeah. King Von. I was supposed to DJ that party. That's what's so crazy to me.
Word?
I was supposed to DJ the party in Atlanta, but I didn't go because one of the promoters owed me money. So I didn't go. But I was supposed to go DJ that party.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang, dog. So do we got to go see the promoter about the money he owe you? That's a different conversation. That's a different podcast.
It's a different podcast. That's not even a podcast.
That's a real live pull up. Yeah. That's going to be interesting, man, that show with Mona Scott. Because that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where that goes. Hip hop, man, listen, you can, going back to 50, you can take what you've done. Documentaries have been a real big thing as of late because of Netflix and everybody on Netflix and finding different documentaries to watch.
Documentaries have been taking people down.
Oh, without question.
Because remember we was talking about the Hugh Hefner thing. That's from a docuseries.
Damn.
Yeah. Don't get a doc put on you. Woo.
Don't get a doc put on you, fam.
If there's a doc, you need to do it yourself.
You need to do an autobiographical doc. Don't let somebody else come in and do your story.
Nah, bro. Nah.
So let me ask you this. Speaking of that, if you're somebody who's gotten into a litany of trouble and you feel it's been unwarranted, should you or would you produce your own doc? And let me bring the question closer to home. Do you think Bill Cosby should do an autobio doc on his life and the troubles that ensued?
I wouldn't do a doc. I'd do an autobiographical movie. I'd do a movie because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't, it got to be certain witnesses.
People don't want to hear the truth from the horse's mouth.
The thing is like, if you did a auto doc, who you going to talk to? Who's going to co-sign? Who you going to talk to that's going to co-sign for situations that it was just you and another person? You can't really talk to nobody. You can only talk to the person who's accusing you, really, or some of your accusers. You can probably get their names on record, but I'm not. If I'm Bill Cosby, I'm not trying to give them no light or no shine. I'm going to do this doc in the most truthful way that I believe happened, or I'm gonna cover up some whether he was guilty or not guilty. I'm gonna show people what really happened.
You're gonna do the
if I'm innocent. But let's for example, right? Let's say Bill Cosby wasn't really raping these girls, right? Let's just say they was both consensually doing these drugs, and they might have woke up in a unfavorable way.
Right.
You know, where they might have felt disrespected. Like, how did I wake up like this?
Right.
You know, I might have some stuff on my face. You just left me like this. You know what I'm saying? And so from that point on, you just kind of been hush about it. But then when you started hearing about these other girls making these claims, like, yeah, he did the same thing to me.
Right.
It's just hard to believe that Bill Cosby felt the need to do, not, and I'm not trying to make no excuse. I don't know, like I said, but we know he did something. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
He did something.
100%.
What I'm trying to get, what I would like to get to know the bottom of is, were some of these people doing some things consensually?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that. I think there is a question of that, right? Every woman should be heard. Every victim should be heard. You know, your story is valued. And
let me have it right real quick.
Yeah.
A lot of women from that era used to always say that's what people say, that's what everybody was doing back then.
Right.
I can't think of the name of the drug. It's some kind of aphrodisiac thing. Quaaludes or whatever, all this other stuff. Like, they said that's what everybody was doing back in the 70s.
You know, so a part of it also is, and, you know, I don't know how to feel about this. Kamau Bell is doing a 4-series or I think it's 4-show series documentary on Let's Talk About Bill Cosby on Showtime.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know how to feel about it, mainly because of the fact that that's like, for me, it's like somebody else doing another R. Kelly doc, right?
Yeah.
And aside from R. Kelly, because I think that R. Kelly was just wilding out.
R. Kelly was a little sick. I don't know what was up with R. Kelly, but he was a little sick.
Yeah, right. So, and there might be a no shade, no bullshit. I think there might be a mental disorder with R. Kelly too, but that's another conversation. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have some kind of mental disorder. You can't you go your whole life and not being able to really read. You know?
Yeah. And so, with the Kamau Bell doc, I wonder how far you want to go to ruin his legacy when it's already been ruined.
Yeah.
Where it's already, you know, listen, and not for nothing, I know that there are Black people out there who can attest to this, but like, regardless of what we found out about Bill Cosby later, the Bill Cosby that we knew then helped shape and develop some of the visions of Black American middle class and upper class that exist today.
Listen, Bill Cosby was one of the biggest philanthropists, people that, you know, supported education probably in the history of America. Like for
HBCUs, for sure.
Donating every year to these schools.
Yeah, you know, that, and that's not to say what him donating and being a philanthropist takes away from his actions or activity.
Right.
You know, but it is to say that where there's smoke, there's fire. It's not to say that he is innocent at all.
Right.
But there is a curiosity of where did the fire start? Because at some point, I'm sure he started off thinking that this was just a cool consensual game. And then at some point in life, he made the error of feeling compelled to do it more frequently. And not everyone was having fun and or engaged in the consensus of the situation. And so with the new doc that Kamau Bell is putting on, you know, my curiosity is like, you know, the person who is Bill Cosby today he no longer exists for Black America. His name isn't one that you speak highly upon now.
Yeah.
But like the legacy he created from the Cosby Show and A Different World and his former works of in Hollywood.
Man, we grew up on the Cosby Show, man.
I don't know that it's going to change the impact. Not even I don't know. It's not going to change the impact that he had.
Yeah, that's done.
On Black people today, right? The last 7 to 10 years and him starting to talk about, Black people need to be free. Black people need to get off welfare, blah, blah, blah. That's different, right? Yeah. Like, there's a clip from the documentary. Apparently I've now become a promoter for it. That says to get away with that level of unfortunate victimization, there had to be a large pool of people. There had to be a large pool of awareness from people in the industry and beyond who would allow it to continue.
I don't know.
I don't disagree. I think both the Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby, there are people who knew what was going on, but they were making too much money off of them, excuse me. And it's like, why would I want to ruin that? If no one's saying anything, why should I say something?
I definitely believe that was the case with Harvey Weinstein and R. Kelly. And I'm sure there was rumors about some things with Bill Cosby, but I believe to a lot of people, they were just rumors. You know what I'm saying? With Harvey Weinstein and R. Kelly, people knew what they was doing.
That's fair, but like, how would a Hannibal, the comedian, be able to like speak to that so profoundly in a moment that then resonated and then was the domino, I don't think it was a domino, but it was the perceived domino.
It was a snowball.
It was a snowball.
It was definitely a snowball.
And so it's like, okay, Hannibal says that, puts that out there. And then all of a sudden it starts, because I'll tell you, off the record, on air right now, I think Hollywood felt like Bill Cosby got too big for his britches. He tried to buy NBC.
Facts. That's what
they like. We understand, Bill, you got a little bit of money and we respect you and you've done a lot for us. But, chill out, stay in your place, collect these checks. Thank you for the Cosby Show. Thank you for these other shows, but we don't need you here.
Do you know what that would have done for Black people, period? To have a whole network, like a network as big as NBC?
It would have changed the game.
Yeah. It's been a game changer.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so I pray for it, for that case. It's almost like I pray Bill Cosby was guilty of that.
Yeah.
So for that to happen and then him not be guilty,
that's
tough.
Oh
my God, that'd be tough.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Because we allowed it. I mean, we allowed it.
Yeah. Listen, man, I think it was something like 50 something, maybe 75 women. I don't think that, all of those women are lying. And I think that.
But I don't think all of them telling the truth.
Yeah,
I definitely. But it smoke this fire. He did something. You know what I'm saying?
Without question.
What I personally believe is in most cases was that it's almost like if you tell what actually happened, you're still kind of guilty of something.
Yeah.
So you can't really just be out front and be like, because somebody lie on you, but it's a little bit of truth in it.
Yeah.
Like if a girl, like you talk, let's say you this girl was hollering at you, right? If y'all might have kissed and hug and felt each other, but she goes and she tells your girl that you ate her out and blah blah, you did this, and you be like, you want to say all we did was kiss, but
all of a sudden,
you still got to deny everything.
Yeah. No doubt. I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that.
That's old us, man. That's old us back in the day.
That's fair.
That's back in the day, us.
That's fair.
We were no problems.
Zero. No smoke.
We were no problems.
All right, bro. I'm gonna get up out of here.
Yeah, man. Listen, we'll be back next week. Same. I don't know what time, but we're gonna figure that out too, because we're gonna put these things out on a same time, same day kind of.
We should.
Schedule.
I agree. 100%. The people deserve that.
Yeah, we got to do that appointment setting. So we're gonna figure that out. But we're gonna be back next week.
I love it.
Another case of blazing the boxes, and I'm gonna step my game up too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come on here. I'm gonna get a little swag every now and then. You know, sheesh.
Listen, nobody said you ain't got no drip, bro. I knew you got it. You know what I mean?
Well, I ain't got it right now. It's been. When you been living somewhere and you don't really know where to go get drip, you just be like, let me just get this. Let me get this. Right. Just get this basic stuff. And I don't know where to go.
I'm good. That's hilarious.
Well, send me some links. I know you shop online too. Send me some links.
Say no more. I got you. That's easy.
I need that.
I got you. Say less.
All right, my brother.
All right, yo.